So this was the mare that we ended up putting down as a result of the severe wounds and injuries she sustained from a apparent cougar attack. So we really were hesitant to put this video up. However, we kept it kind of tame compared to what some of the videos really were. I don't think we needed to show you all of that. I think you all get the idea. But what we did find out through our trail cameras was that the first ones to show up were two black bears. Even though this one is a cinnamon color, it's still a black bear. It's just a color variant of that species. So they showed up first, and then the grizzlies began to show up after that. So right off the bat, after these guys left, we had a female grizzly show up with two cubs. And then we had two other adult bears, adult grizzlies, show up after that. So this is one of the grizzlies here. And they did quite a bit at night. We had 4 different cameras on this. They did really show up a lot at night, and even though we did get lots and lots of day videos, but some of the night stuff was pretty interesting to see. So we noticed that they started actually chewing on the legs a bit, and then they went right for the torso. So you might wonder, why we do take pictures of all of this. Frankly, it's all educational. And I know a lot of you folks haven't seen anything like this before. And if it wasn't for us actually putting some of it up on social media like this, you probably never would. So we try to educate to some degree a lot of the stuff that you wouldn't normally see on a daily basis. So we bring it to light through these videos. I know some of it seems a bit graphic, but on the other hand, if you're sitting at home and have never been out in the wilderness and don't really understand how these things go, then this is the perfect opportunity for learning. I'm sure most of you have never seen a grizzly jump over a carcass like that and just get into position to start ripping things apart. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out how this horse carcass got in this condition. They've been eating on it all night and all day, and this is actually 2.5 days after we put the mare down. Within 3 days, the entire carcass was pretty much gone, and that includes the hide. So that's one thing that we weren't really sure about until we watched this, is we always wondered where the hide went. Well, the truth is they eat it. And we watched them tear it off and eat it piece by piece. So really nothing gets wasted, folks. This entire horse was consumed, including a lot of the bones. The one thing about this bear is that it does not want to share. Not even with the ravens. We had just tons and tons of video clips off these 4 cameras, and like I said, I really quite watered down the event, and there was no purpose, as far as I could see, to show anything more graphic than this. And I'm just going to archive all of this video and keep it for a later date in case we ever need to call back on it. Now this was actually very close to the road, and as you can see from time to time these bears will actually look up and watch traffic go by. It's amazing how many times you can go by a bear on the road and never know what was in there. You hear this little hoof, hoof, hoof. When you hear that coming out of the bears, that means he's got an intruder or company coming. We did hear that quite a bit on the videos. There, he's trying to break the rib cage there. We watched him do that a number of times. So the interesting thing is we never saw any wolves or coyotes or fox or skunk or anything else show up on this particular kill site. So it was just bears. There was 7 different bears. And the interesting part is this is location is at a place called Bear Creek. So that little fella there does not like the fact that there's some traffic coming. The other one just watched it go by. This is just a different camera view of the same thing where the youngster stands up and says, "Hey, there's somebody coming." I'll stand up and get a better look. This fellow's just not comfortable with that extra activity hanging around that time of night. So you can see on the 30th, which is 3.5 days, well, it's just basically 3 days after we put down Isla, there's not very much left to speak of. Another car going by, and this bear just kind of watches it as it passes. And of course that motorist had no idea that there was a grizzly bear within 65 feet of him. So this must be a mating pair, I would suspect. But as you can see, they're so efficient at cleaning up the entire carcass. There's just about nothing left. And I think if I went back there right now, I wouldn't even find these little bones. You can see a few ribs there on the ground and a little bit of the spine, and that's it. So once again, Isla probably saved another horse's life, or a couple of foals, or whatever might have happened across these bears at the time if they were still hungry. It's just good to know that she didn't go to waste, folks.